Very common. We all share the same symptoms, but again, every stroke is different. I don't know where the weak side is. I got a call this weekend that there's a gentleman who was 39 or 40 at the time, who was a world class athlete and has been in the wheelchair now for 5 years because he doesn't they don't know what to do to get him back. That breaks my heart because I can give him some pointers. I can send them to my people, to my PTs or my chiros, and we'll get him out of that wheelchair and walking. Because once the body starts to move, it does heal. But if it sits around and then atrophies, it becomes rigor mortis, almost becomes dead. And there's plenty of people out there right now who are in state facilities and are just dying because their body's not moving. And I've been so blessed to have the right therapist who, literally in the very beginning, she took a pizza dough roller, one of the pizza rollers, and rolled out my left side of my body. It hurt like a living hell, but it worked. Because if you don't get in there and get the blood flowing, and tell the body that there's still a weak side, my left side, which is my weak side, is still there, it's just going to atrophy. It's just going to die. And I've seen some stroke survivors who are in horrible positions right now because they just don't have the knowledge and they just don't have the personnel to really help them. It's sending a signal to the brain, hey, you know what, we need to recognize this side of the body, and we need to send some signals there, and we need to get it moving. And that's exactly, I may have limited motion. I have a lot more motion in the left arm than I did even, a year ago or even 5 years ago. I used to be, most stroke survivors, their weak side will go into what's called a traction like this. You probably see a stroke survivor. And that's, if they don't open up their arm, if they don't get it stretched, and this is my good side right now. My left side is, as you can see, probably still weak. But people say, that they're going to live like that forever. No, that's bullshit. They need that weak side to be opened up, fingers flexed, fingers massaged, and that sends a signal up to the brain saying, hey, wait a second here. This part of the body's still working. I mean, anybody can take that arm or that leg and just stretch it, rub it, put an elbow into it. It hurts like a living hell. It's painful. You're exhausted. And the big thing is most of these people are trying to fight the pain with the opioids, so they're always exhausted and they're always tired. They may be pain-free, but that part of their body is just atrophying and dying. So, what I did first was I got off all my painkillers first, and I got into that gym. Everyone's got access in the beginning to multiple sessions of physical therapy. It's just up to them to want to do it. And most people are like either exhausted or tired or so depressed that they don't want to do it. And there's all kinds of ways where there's transportation through the community, through the state, to take them to a facility, and they can get help. But I think the first thing they got to do is they got to find a chiropractor, and most chiros will take insurance, or they will get a deal or a payment plan with them, and they usually do. And those chiros can then recommend them to. Some chiros even have a PT facility in their office, and they're kind of like they're kind of like the head coach, I'd say, and then getting the body back. But the big thing is pain in the beginning. You come to me, SeanEntin.com, come in, and I can refer out to them in most any city in the United States. I can find the chiros because I have a team of doctors who are pretty well engaged with my own recovery and my own stroke survivors as well. And you're looking for, and these chiros are friendly, they're sweet, they're nice, and they understand what needs to happen. You go see your normal MD, it's a prescription, and most chiropractors don't believe in prescriptions. I say beat the hell out of your body in the beginning. It's gonna hurt, but it's like no pain, no gain. If you don't move, you're not gonna improve. I was different. I had a PICC line in my left arm, which was a 6 foot tube that went into my heart to drop in the morphine in the Demerol. So I had a PICC line in my left arm. I had 20 stitches here on the right side of my head. I had 2 feeding tubes, one that went into my stomach, one that went into my intestines. And they were giving me all kinds of medication. And I said to the nurses in San Diego, Sharp Hospital, who were absolutely just wonderful, I said, what's it going to take for me to get into the gym? And they said to me, and me being coming around, they said, you got to get up all your painkillers, because I didn't want to be on them anymore, and you got to get the feeding tube out of you. So kind of ironic, I start pulling the feeding tube out myself, not knowing what I was doing, because I was like, I'm getting into that gym, and I wanted to walk for my daughters, but I wanted to walk for those who can't walk for themselves. And I knew early on, if I was able to beat this and overcome and stand up and walk again, and drive again and become independent, which is really the big thing, is chiropractors will help you become independent again. You can then live your life. Because when you're strapped to a bed or the wheelchair, watching just TV, your life's going to go away. And you're depressed, you're suicidal, and as you, going back to the chiropractors, as you get adjusted, emotional healing happens. Every time you move the body and you position the spine and the muscles, it's going to release all kinds of, it's going to open up the emotions and let it out, because you're emotionally deprived, you're depressed, you're upset, and these chiros know how to go in there and just, you leave feeling happy and accomplished. Knowing that, hey, wait a second, I just moved, if you can move this much a little bit every day to get back to where you need to be, you're going to get up and you're going to be okay soon. That's the one thing I tell most of my warriors, my stroke warriors, or people who have TBIs, I talk to their families, is I find them first, a chiropractor and a PT, and find them a team of people who can then help them. I wanted to mention my 3 chiropractors. The first one who really got a hold of me is a dear friend of mine who I've known for 20 years. His name is Dr. Harold Turk, Turk. And Harold, he actually is a chiropractor, but he does a lot with emotional healing. He really works more, he's like more of a life coach, I would say, but he does some amazing stuff, because, and then he works on your body in areas where he triggers emotions that come up. Whether you cry, whether you yell, whether you scream, or whether you laugh, he's triggering things to just kind of release, because if you can release the emotional side of it, you're going to heal faster. So this is Dr. Harold Turk. The other one is Dr. Adam Del Torto. It's Deltorto. He's in Burbank. He's a creator of what I talked about earlier, the CFR, the cranial facial release, and he's an amazing chiropractor. He's been in business, I think, for 25 years plus, and he sees me, once a week for sure, just to balloon me, which I explained. He puts the balloons on my nose and basically adjusts everything in my neck and above, and everything. You hear the crack. In the beginning, it sounded crazy, but the guy's been on TV. He has a lot of professional athletes. He does a lot of celebrities. I mean, I can't really talk about that, on camera, but he's awesome. Then another lady who's up here in Los Angeles, Joanne Bittner, and she is Buettner. She's what's called an activator. She's a device where basically realigns, the body, the muscles, and the spine just with this little gadget she uses. And she's very gentle. She has more of a family practice. She deals more with kids, moms, wives, and females. But she, what she's done for me in just the last, few weeks and month has been amazing. She's the one who actually spotted my shoulder being dislocated. And today I'm going to visit the Maoris, who are coming from New Zealand, and they're, I consider them shamans. They're just healers. They do deep tissue massage, and they're going to open a bunch of stuff on me, and they help with anxiety. But Dr. Harold Turk, who I talked about earlier, is actually the ambassador of them in Los Angeles. And so he brings them together, and he does a lot of their kind of work as he does, he does with the emotional healing. So there's 3 different chiros I deal with, and there's more I can talk about. Chris Ty, who works with Adam Del Torto, who he is more of a sports chiropractor. He understands the body so well. He deals with, with NFL players, hockey players, and so on and so forth, just to realign them, because as you can imagine, they go through, a lot of trauma just playing sports every day. You just find a chiro who's your friend first, who you love being around, get in there to see them, and in the beginning, see them as much as you can. I'd say it's as important to see them as it is to get rest and sleep.